So I'm like, yo, this Spider-Man movie, it was great. It was fantastic. I give it 9.5 out of 10. But that 0.5 is Morbius and Venom theory because it's like, okay, wait, how are they intertwined? What's going on here? You know?
Right. Yeah.
Well, my biggest guess to that is then again it does come. That's why I'm confused at because if I was not mistaken, when the whole little thing happened when everybody timelines got switched up, wasn't Venom like up in on an island or someplace the last time we seen him?
He was, but that's when we realized something went wrong. You know what I'm saying? And but it was crazy how they was referencing multiverses. Like he was saying, like Venom was telling him, like he knew, you know what I'm saying, different things, and then all of a sudden that just happened out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It was just like what was you talking about? Was you talking about the multiverse or something like that? Like what was that you talking about?
Like, was he still was he like on an island by New York, or was he still up in California? That's just mainly what I'm thinking about when it comes down.
I think he was in Mexico because if you look back at it, initially the hotel he was in was just in a random city. We don't know if that was New York. We don't know if that was in the city. We really don't know because when you look outside, he's in a hotel. It's a raggedy hotel because you see like clothes hanging up and everything outside. But then when that rift happened, I'll say this: when the Nexus event happened, you got to take it back to Loki with that one. When the Nexus event happened, then he's on a beach, and I think he's in Mexico. But I see what you're saying though too, because at some point he was talking to Venom on the beach.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, wait, like what kind of like you said, like how did that really incorporate? That's what I was saying before too, where I was like, yo, Venom and Let There Be Carnage could very well be taking place in the Amazing Spider-Man series because they couldn't take Venom from the original Spider-Man 3 because
We already got that.
it's a whole different Eddie Brock.
Right.
It's a whole different one. So for it to be maybe Amazing Spider-Man, that could be a thing. Because we just know that he left from New York and came to Frisco. Don't know why, but it could be because of Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's what he was saying too. Is like, oh yeah, like because of the symbiotes, our universe, like he's basically in touch with the multiverse somehow. And that's how he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but he doesn't know about this one. You know?
Yeah, it is a lot of like connections to like Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, and Venom because even when he first came to the portal, he was immediately saying like he was bringing up like space references and like multiverse references. Like it was like this Peter knew something was like it was more beyond something on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew something was more. You know what I'm saying? So it was like then when they was bringing up the villains they fought, he was like, I never fought an alien before. Like you fought an alien with Ghoul, you fought like a person in space. Like I only fought like a rhino. You know what I'm saying? Like so I thought they was giving a lot of references like he could possibly fight Venom in the future for sure. Definitely, I can see. And plus, all these like, it would make sense for him to fight this version too because like in terms of this the Tom Holland one, like we can't really see the connection there in terms of that. And plus, he still ain't got the Mysterio situation ain't though. I mean, even though he kind of did the spell and everything, kind of erased that, so it really don't matter no more. But like in terms of like he still got more villains that's out there in terms of like and with Andrew. We really don't know what's really up with him, so I think we'll put Venom at that'll be perfect for a villain for him to fight. Like that'll probably be like the best one to go up against right there.
And just so we be
That's what I was saying because this one. Oh, go ahead, cuz.
How many villains have we been introduced to through all these Spider-Man movies? Because we done had dang near all of them.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
We got like 7?
Bruh.
Because we've got Venom, Green Goblin, Electro, Doc Ock, Mysterio, Vulture, Venom,
Sandman, all the
Lizard, Sandman.
Damn, bro, that's more than 6. I'm like,
that's like what 9?
That's why I'm like, if we getting more, and bro, that's not even it.
Shocker.
That's not even it. We getting more. We getting Craven next, bro. It's more villains that's coming. That's why I'm like, there has to be a way where it's like, bro, there has to be some of these villains gonna be fighting them different Peters, bro. I can see that happening because it's like, there's no way they're gonna save all these villains for Tom Holland unless we gonna do like where it's be like high school, then it'll be college, and then him as an adult. If they do it that way, I can see him possibly fight all these villains. But I feel like it would be better if they'll just split it all between these three versions of Peters and just have them fight. You know what I'm saying? That would be even better.
Either way, this
Wow.
has been quite a joyride since the first Spider-Man movie. I'll admit that, man.
Yeah, this one closed it all, bro. Because we haven't really the Spider-Man 3 from 2007. I mean, it was still good, but it wasn't the Venom we asked for, bro. When I seen that Venom, I'm like, bro, scrap him away, get him out of here, bro. Like that 2007 Venom, bro, was not it, bro. Like, but everything else about the movie was like, it was a cool chapter to it. Then it made Spider-Man, bro. It seemed like after the second one, bro, they just completely just left it. They just scrapped it after the second one, bro. So we didn't really know like how we was gonna get that ending, like that third one we always wanted. And it's crazy how they brought all three of them in. It's like, bruh, I feel like they just gave the fans what they wanted, bruh, because we really haven't got that third one we always asked for. But now we got it. It's like, damn. It's like, oh shit.
There's
Bruh.
one thing I wish they would have done though. Just one. Bring in Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
Harry.
Like, think about it, because we have not seen Harry Osborn in the Tom Holland Spider-Man. We have not seen it. So to bring in either one would have been nice. Either one.
I'm gonna be 100 with you,
That's
bro.
true.
That's why I was hoping they didn't do, because I felt like they did, they would have brought the wrong one, bro.
They could have brought both.
If they would have brought both.
If they-
Look, yeah, that would have been cool. But I remember I seen an interview of them talking about like the people they couldn't bring in, because they was talking about bringing like Kristen Dunst, like the MJ character. They was talking about bringing like some of them side characters back, like besides like the main villains and like that. And they was saying if Hobgoblin was gonna be the one, it was most likely gonna be the one from Spider-Man, because then was all most of the villains that was from that universe. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, they couldn't make sense because you already had, you know what I'm saying, Willem Dafoe there, so it's like you don't want to take no shot from him. So they just said, let's just keep this version of Goblin in there. Just keep him. I mean, he was good enough, to be honest. You really didn't need no other goblins in there, to be honest.
But I'll say this though: if they were to do that, 2 movies. Even if they were to bring in Venom and actually have him fight against all 3 Spider-Man, they should have done 2 movies if that was the case. Do like Infinity War Endgame, like do it like that. Do you know how much money Sony would have made if they would have did it like that though?
Oh my gosh, bro. They wouldn't even need.
That's why I'm nervous about, bro, because I mean, these Sony movies got all these characters and everything, but to be 100, bro, they movies haven't necessarily been what we really wanted, to be honest, bro. It's like, even with this Venom movie, bro, it's completely to a point where it's like, this movie felt pointless, bro. I'm gonna be honest, especially after that last trailer. It's like, bro, we don't know necessarily where Venom was at then. It seemed like Carnage was completely wasted, you know what I'm saying? It was just like,
Yeah.
we don't really know.
I'll admit that, yeah. Let There Be Carnage was bad. Not Eternals bad, but it was still bad. And it was just like, okay, they just did this movie so that way they could introduce Venom to the MCU.
That was the
what it
whole
for.
point of them
That's
doing
it.
that, though.
You-
Yeah, bro.
Like, look, change my mind.
For real, bro. That was the whole point of them doing that, bro. And that's why I didn't appreciate about that, because it's like, it shows that Carnage was completely pointless. And these symbiotes, y'all was building up these symbiotes for nothing. If we knew we was about to get the Peter Parker build up, bro, y'all should have had the references building up from the beginning, bro. They just did that because they knew they basically knew they had the foot in the door with Sony and Marvel. So they just like, we got the characters, throw them in there, why not? But they just, the way they executed, bro, was not it, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, if they do have the right to make this, the Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie, I hope Marvel Studios has some type of connection with it. Because if it's just Sony, bro, I'm gonna be 100, bro. I'm gonna be nervous about that. Because it's like they ain't really got a good resume, bro. I'm gonna be 100. If that was the case, we probably would have seen Amazing Spider-Man 3 by now, bro. That's why I'm like,
I'm gonna keep it real with you though. So with that little speck of Venom that's on the bar now, he's gonna make his way to Tom Holland, because that's how it was in the comic. It was that little drop that attached to Peter Parker. And guess who was the one that told him it was a symbiote? It was Mr. Fantastic in the comics. Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And tell me they're not doing a Fantastic Four film. And tell me Spider-Man not gonna be in it.
you know, the dude that's directed this movie is about to direct the Fantastic Four movie, John Watts, the same dude that just directed these Spider-Man movies. Yep. So that's the connection right
My
there.
quick question is, who, if they do create a Fantastic Four movie, I feel like, you know, the one of our generation really is basically the unplaceable one at this point, because I mean, it gave us Captain America, and the dude that played Mr. Fantastic, he really didn't play a bad role. Yeah, the looks was down. It's just acting could have been better. But like, if they do create another Fantastic Four movie, how is this gonna go?
Hey,
Because the last one was horrible.
Like you said, that was the last one. That was almost 20 years ago, bro. I got faith in Marvel after what I just seen with Spider-Man, bro. Bring the Fantastic Four, bro. Bring him on, bro. Bring
Two
him.
words.
Mm-hmm.
2 words. I'm sorry. I got 4. I got 4 words for you. Faith in Kevin Feige.
For real, straight up, bro.
I got
straight up,
faith. Feige, if you listening, I got faith in you, bruh. I got faith in you. Because guys, here's why I have faith in Kevin Feige. We're what, 25 movies of the MCU deep? 25 movies?
Pretty much.
Can you count on one hand how many of them are bad?
At all of them, I can really just name out Dark World is probably one I'll just scrap out the way. But other than that,
Eternals too. Yeah,
Eternals and Dark World. That's it.
Eternals was weak as fuck.
That's probably the only one I'll scrap out the way.
So can we sit here and say that out of So can we sit here and say that out of 25 movies though, barely 10% of them is bad? That's like 8%.
They did better than any other movie.
I'm gonna look at it this way too.
Iron Man 3 was in.
Yeah.
But I still liked it though.
It was still good.
I still liked it though. And when it comes to Dark World, the only thing I didn't like about it was because it seemed almost out of place.
Yeah.
It seemed almost out of place. It's like, okay, you're introducing the Ether, which is the Reality Stone, but I was still a little confused on it. Eternals, I'm like, where is this going?
Right, yeah.
Like, where is this going?
Yeah.
But like I said, 2 movies out of 25. Even Black Widow was good.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi was good.
I
Yeah,
think,
she
and
gets
I ain't to cut you off, but I think what Eternals was them motherfuckers trying to find some new actors on who's probably gonna play new roles for real. That's just what I kind of think
it was everything.
Bruh, you could be right, man, because you see they bring in Angelina Jolie, like, they just bringing them big names, bruh, and they think we supposed to love these characters all top, bruh. It's like, bruh, we just seen our favorite heroes get snapped, bruh. Y'all can't expect us to love these dudes like that. And then the fact they came, there's no excuse saying you could have not helped us fight, bruh. Like, nah, bruh, this dude just snapped half the universe, bruh. Like, I don't want to hear that, bruh. And it's like, it's going to be a bigger threat where they have to come in and help fight. But it's like, bruh, I don't think that's going to be good enough, bruh. I really don't think.
Let's keep it 100. Captain Marvel, it was a decent movie. I'd rewatch it. The main reason why they introduced her was to be like, okay, she's going to come and save the day when Thanos comes back. That's what she's there for. But other than that, she was dipped. She was gone. Light years away.
She did dip out right.
Right, she was light years away. So it was like, okay, so you had this OP character, you just didn't want to have her here because let's keep it 100. She's OP.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, I see why y'all did it that way, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
But
that's what I was saying. But with this one, bro, that's what I was like, yo, because of No Way Home and how Doctor Strange did it and how they're about to do a Multiverse of Madness, we about to get Fantastic Four to be great. We about to get X-Men to be great. Now, which X-Men were they doing, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the big question right there.
It's hard for me to say. I don't want them using like the First Class edition because that story is so wonky now. But the people from the original X-Men, they're older. I don't want them getting new characters either. Don't do that. Don't get new characters. Yo, I just thought about something. Tell me, here's how they're about to introduce X-Men. I'm going to call it out. You go bookmark this up on YouTube, and you're going to call me up in about 3-4 years and be like, yo, Cousin Tay was right. Here's how they're going to do it.
Okay,
here's how they're going to introduce X-Men. I'm going to lay it out for you. Okay? So it's Multiverse of Madness, right? She's going to feel like she wants her brother. She wants the brother that she's seen from the spell that she did where she created that whole reality. She wants that one. She doesn't want Pietro. She doesn't want that version because it's like, no, if I see him, it's gonna be feeling weird. I need a new face. So I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna get the one that was in this vision that I had, in a sense, like where she created that whole reality from WandaVision. She wants that one. So because of that, that's going to introduce X-Men, and she's going to say, "Let there be mutants."
Probably.
Just like in the House of M comics, when she said no more mutants, she's gonna say, "Let there be mutants." Don't say it like that though, because at the end of the day, it's gonna sound like like from Genesis with the Bible. So don't do it like that.
Like she create right.
But she's gonna say like, you know what? We need to have people who have powers of their own.
Yeah.
Like a mutant or something. Like that's how she's gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
that's gonna create that multiverse rift. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that's how we could probably get Kang to come back in too with Ant-Man 3, because it's a multiverse. It's the timeline. And that could very well be how we even get X-Men versus Avengers too.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm way ahead of it now, but yo, if this is right, I'm playing the lottery in like 10 years. I ain't gonna lie. I'm playing the lottery. I wouldn't think I'll be right, but hey, they can introduce X-Men that way.
That's true.
Yeah, bro, because I
That's
could
very
definitely see the X-Men coming next, bro. I'm like, we already seen big reveals. I'm like, we already seen the Spider-Man reveals, and we seen Spider-Man from, in terms of the Fox, like, in terms of one from 20 years ago. So I'm like, it will be perfect just to bring them them X-Men from 20 years ago, bro. And it's like, I've been hearing a lot of rumors with Hugh Jackman returning in the Patrick Stewart. So I'm like, bro,
my God.
I'm like, this could be the perfect movie to throw them in, bro. And I'm like, and it's Doctor Strange, which people know this, like, the team of the Illuminati was Professor X and Doctor Strange. Like, it's got that whole Illuminati team connected. If you bring Richard Reeves or just either like a Rivers of Fantastic Four, bro, like, they can build up so many teams, bro. You don't understand, bro. But in terms of like outside like the street level team, bro, you can have that Illuminati with, you know what I'm saying, with Professor X and, you know what I mean, Doctor Strange, everybody, bro. That would be cold. That would be cold.
But to do touch a little bit on what Tate said, because I did keep forgetting that Ant-Man 3 probably is gonna be coming out. Yeah. And then he kind of he did it, but then he kind of did. You know, it's 50-50 because he was stuck up in there, but. Didn't he kind of introduce like a time? Didn't he introduce the time machine basically? So,
like in a sense, yeah.
That being said, they ain't no telling what time, what place. Shit, they probably, like how you said, probably might go get the people that cast the X-Men from our time. Like, ain't no telling what could possibly go down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because with No Way Home, I got to keep bringing it back to No Way Home because I know we're kind of going off a little tangent here. But to bring it back to No Way Home, though, like I said, because of what we've seen there, that's going to lead up into Multiverse of Madness. And I'm going to tell you this, though, too. We just finished watching Deadpool 2. Remember at the end when he has the time watch? It's on his wrist.
Going back in time, fixing it.
You're going to sit here and tell me that maybe the TVA didn't know about it, and because it all got messed up, they just dropped him off in the universe somewhere?
I mean, he is technically in MCU now, so I'm like, they could bring him in. Like, that would be pretty cool. That's actually somebody I actually thought about.
I was saying, for the love of God, can we get Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to play Wolverine and Deadpool in the MCU rated R version? Like, we just need that one rated R movie. I think we need two because of Blade. We need those two.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna be honest.
Like, come on now.
I feel like
that would be nice.
I don't know how this whole Blade situation is gonna go. That's all I'm gonna touch up with that, because
we'll know after
you ain't
Moon
bringing
Knight
back no
come
Wesley
out.
Snipes. I'm telling you that straight up.
Hey, we gonna know. I'm gonna know how Blade turn out once we see Moon Knight come out, bruh. That would just show me how they gonna have Blade going, because I feel like Moon Knight gonna be like that first show where we see things going dark, because like Moon Knight kind of represents that in a way, and I think he's gonna be introduced through the Moon Knight show too. So I'm like, I think that's what we'll probably see in terms of where the Blade show will go, because I'm trying to see how dark they trying to go. Well, actually, we'll see a preview of that in this Doctor Strange, because that actually is the first rated R horror film. So that actually will be the first one we get.
Gonna be rated R?
I think bro. It had.
And
Bro, this
that's
is Sam
Rated R,
Raimi we talking about. Sam Raimi.
If they make Doctor Strange 2 rated R, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a bit disappointed because they could have saved that up for Blade or Deadpool to keep it 100, or even a Wolverine cameo. Like they could have saved it for then.
I don't know, cause this is a very dark turn we going at now, bro. We dealing with Wanda with the Darkhold now, bro. Like you don't think things gonna get dark in that, bro?
And really, this is just a follow-up question for you, T, bruh. When is they gonna introduce Spider-Man to the Punisher?
Ooh, man, we got Kingpin, bro. We got Matt Murdock, bro. We already got half of Hell's Kitchen up in there. You bring my boy Frank Castle in there, bro. It's a wrap, bro. You gonna have to. Hey, they gonna have to. Hey, look, they gonna have to find the perfect way to bring Frank Castle in, bro.
They are.
They gonna. I think they just gotta find the right time with him because there's so many characters they introducing.
Because,
yeah, bro.
they doing the Armor Wars show, and like you said, bro, like they already showing like half of like Hell's Kitchen in there, so he gonna pop up sooner or later. Like that's a guarantee. Like
I'm just saying, I'm impatient with this now.
Bring
we got
him in after I get
everybody introduced now, bro.
I love that you brought that up, bro. Because once things get dark, bro, you need to bring the Punisher in immediately once things get dark, bro. Because that's what he's for. That's what he needs to be there for, bro. So once you get Blade all that in there, bro, Deadpool, then you bring my boy Frank Castle up in there, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie. To answer your question though, cuz I ain't gonna lie. I can't see the Punisher coming in for like another 4 or 5 years to keep it 100.
Okay.
Hey, I don't mind the wait. Just get it right. I don't
like
mind the wait. They just gotta get it right. I ain't tripping.
I say 4 or 5 years because think of, like you were saying though, Sally, they got a lot of shows and movies that they're doing She-Hulk, Wars, movies. There's so much to go with.
They started on What If season 2.
Yeah. They already got the What If season 2 coming along too, but that's what I'm saying. Like they bring Punisher into it. Like you said, they gotta have Deadpool. They gotta have the X-Men involved somehow. Fantastic Four, like. They gotta bring in all the. That's what I'm like. It's gonna be at least 5-6 years. I'd say 5-6 years easily.
My thing is about the Punisher being in the MCU. What I'm nervous about, which in a way he kind of been like that in the comics. He kind of was like I don't want to say like a sideline character compared to all the other superheroes, but it's like he kind of like how can I say it? He was introduced to the Spider-Man comics. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was kind of looked at as like just the sideline like villain anti-hero in a way. You know what I'm saying? So they'll probably use him like that and like you said, Armor Wars saw me. You know what I'm saying? Just have him as like that side character. You know what I'm saying? That is important to the story. You know what I'm saying? You can bring him like that, or just bring him in through like Daredevil or something like that, like how they did with the with season 2 with Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he'll be like a standout character how he was in like the 2004, like even with the show he had, because it's too many characters. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want him to stand up with everybody else. Like, I feel like he'll just be like just the person like just everybody be. I don't want to say like a Hawkeye, how people look at Hawkeye, but it's like I hope not, because like. He is underrated for surely, bro. And he's proved he can hang with most of these people in the universe for sure.
Either way it go, they did a perfect job on this Spider-Man to start introducing all the rest of the other heroes.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. This Spider-Man movie, in a sense, this Spider-Man movie, I'll say this. So, WandaVision, Loki, and this Spider-Man movie basically really introduced the multiverse. I know Doctor Strange 2 is going to do that, but that's again. Are we really forgetting about Kang though? Like I ain't gonna lie, we lightweight forgot Kang might be a big entity up in this though.
Bro, we are sleeping on that Doctor Strange, bro. I feel like this movie, like what you just said, bro. This Doctor Strange is gonna put it close to all this we've been talking about from Loki, from WandaVision, because I'm like, bro, like he was like one of the most powerful characters to be like, I won't say in control, but he understands like how powerful Wanda can be. He the only one that can like go up front with her, you know what I'm saying, compared to everybody else.
The only one that can actually
hang with her.
Some really, type of peace in the timelines.
For real, like he really the only one that can really go head up with it for real. So I feel like this
I'm about to eat real quick. If y'all still on, I'm gonna head back on.
Alright, it's good.
Alright, yep. Peace.
Peace.